because they know like you're gonna feel a sense of community belonging to that stranger on the phone that's doing mercenary work for their employer. You'll care about them. You'll say, "I'm sorry, Rhonda. I'll get you that. Give me a minute." Thank you for the heads up on that. I thought I had mic coming through. For a second I did, but right now I don't. 1 second on Twitch, Silk Burrito. I got you. I've just got to tweak it. A lot of times I find that I have to deselect and reselect. When I have both of these things open, I have to change the device to something else. Usually I'll go MacBook mic, and then I'll come back to the device like that. There we go. So now Twitch has my audio again. And it should have the beat coming through nice and clear. Now here's the tricky part. Because it's coming through loud and clear on Twitch, my question for you, Silk Burrito, is, does it sound like the beat has this ugly echo because of the room microphone sound too? Or does it just kind of sound like the beat in your ears? Hopefully it just sounds like the beat in your ears. That's what I'm trying to kind of go for. I'm trying to hit this balance where TikTok gets a taste of the audio, but if they really want it to fill up their ear holes, they got to go to Twitch or they got to go to YouTube. I'm third person in those places too. And it's silly. It's silly how many followers I have on here and how few followers I have on other platforms. That's not up to those people as individuals to fix. That's up to me to change the trend or the shape of things so that the lines are in the same place where I want them to be. You can't just like go, hey, half the people that I've gained as a following over the course of 3+ years of real difficult work. How about all of y'all just like go over here and be over there because I asked you to nicely? That doesn't make any sense. I can't expect that of people, and I don't. Where is my toolbar? Because I feel like my, hang on a second, let me get this visualizer figured out. I'm going to set a different input source. Check, check, check. Oh, failed to open audio source, error. Now, did I lose sound on Twitch too? Nope. Did I lose sound on YouTube too? Nope. Okay. Let's try this again. Audio input source. Let's try Black Hole again. No, Black Hole's back. That's good. Do I still have Black Hole sound going through the YouTube stream though? Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good feeling. Honestly, when you get the beat lined up with the visualizer, and you can have the visualizer popping off on TikTok and also on Twitch and on YouTube, then you can go in and make the beat yourself. That's a powerful feeling. Not everybody can do that on here. I mean, everybody could, but not everybody can, because not everybody has got the time and resources necessary to do so. Some people have the time and no resources. A lot of people have the resources and no time. A lot of people have neither time nor resources. For those people, I become sort of an avatar of aspiration on accident, even though all I'm trying to do is get these fucking songs off before I tear myself up about how long it's taken to get the songs off. All right, so speaking of, let's start something new. One phone's my camera, the other phone is my TikTok live. Yeah, let's just cook something. Let's cook something up for the Patreon today before I do anything else. I've got these pads. I could use these pads. They're up on this stand behind the computer. One thing I've thought might be really useful is what if I took the computer and put the computer up on the stand and then put the pads right in front of me. And then I could still reach to use the computer, but I wouldn't have the computer, which has the, of course, the screen reaching up and kind of blocking my view of the front corner of the stand, the way that the phone is blocking my view of the other front corner of the stand. But that'll be chill. We can work through that. I think on the computer, if the computer was up there, the phone would only be blocking some keys on the keyboard, and I can feel my way to those easier than I can reach for pads to a rhythm. The tricky part about this move is that this device, I'll show you real quick. No, I'm not from Baltimore. I'm just a Ravens fan. I mean, I'm a former Ravens fan who's deciding how much of an NFL fan I can be, but I'm also 38 years old, and I'm realizing, like, I'm getting old enough and tired enough about certain things in my life that when it's starting to get cold outside, I can have some bread and circuses as a treat. So I've got this device that I make beats on, and I don't just make beats on the computer sitting at this desk. Sometimes I'll have the projector be the computer screen. I'll put it on the wall in front of me, and then, this is the fun part, then I'll make the beats from back here. I'll be over here. I'll be like, oh, yeah, let me just make a beat, you know? Find a sample. Go into the browser, filter. Which product? How about the product called Certified Gold? What type? A kit. What subtype? How about you give me a melodic kit? Let's go to the list of melodic kits under the Certified Gold product. That's cool. I got samples I can put together. I can also add a second instrument group if I want to, right from the couch. Like, I can do all this shit right from the couch. Very cool. But I have to be aware of where the chord is going to be before I move any other chords relative to it. The hazard of having a big old long chord is that you're always hitting it on stuff, snagging it on stuff. So you got to be careful about that. If I have this picked up here right now, it's the best possible time for me to attempt this. If I try to pick this up, so many things are going to get fucked up. Because I got this speaker sitting up here, just resting. Let's move the speaker back over here for now. But I brought over, of course, the shortest speaker cable in the history of the United States. So I've really cut my work out for me nicely here. Unplug speaker for now. Pick up laptop. Indiana Jones this motherfucker out of my hand down here. When I first set this space up, I had this laptop up on a stand. And I think that's still going to be the way to do it in this space. But right now, it is leaning on all my HDMI connections, stretching out cords that each have their own weight and friction with other cords, tripping over keyboard keys, yikes. This coiled monstrosity of a USB-C to USB-C cable, where the coil was perfectly placed for it to rest on a table, now needs to have the coil moved about 10 to 12 inches down the cord. I de-stressed the HDMI cable for the projector really nicely, though. I like how this centers the music making over everything else. Conceptually, that feels truer than it was before. It feels better in here already. Now, of course, that means I have to change how the Twitch stream looks, because I set it up according to how my desk looked yesterday, and now my desk looks how it looks today. Always got stuff on the desk that I'm interested in not showing the whole internet. Yeah, how do I run these visuals? This one is, it's called GeForce. That's just a thing. It comes with its own standalone. Yeah. What else? Twitch stream needs to have this monitor needs to cover the computer. I think the bottom corner here is actually probably the move. Yeah, and then if I want to showcase the pads on the table, we can turn this camera downward again. But I don't know if I want to turn the camera downward. I'm starting to get these things situated in a way that is starting to feel good. Like, these cords, my partner's going to come in here and be scared of a fire because they're cattywampus and willy-nilly. Short for William Nilliam, by the way. A lot of people don't know that. I'm trying to educate, inform. Let's see. What if, hang on a second now. I just had a thought. This long ass headphone cord that stretches across the room and also needs its own adapter. I got this. It's a 25-foot headphone extension cord. I got a 4-pack box of these on clearance on my way out of a Best Buy job. So I only paid 5% above cost. So I got 4 25-foot cable extenders for, I think I paid $8 or $9. And they're nice, except they're 1/4 inch. They're 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch. So then you need to have one of these to get it into your computer. And that's just to listen to headphones across the room. And what does across the room mean? I don't think it's more than 15 feet. And I think I have a cable. Thanks, Peon Me Barbie. Speaking of, I don't know if you heard my newest parody that I've been working on. But hang on a second. Stick around. I'm going to give you a sneak preview because I like your username. And in my experience on social media, literally one of the most strong tips I could give to any content creator who's trying to actually do this shit as their thing, the people that have piss kink usernames will make or break you on social media, and you should give them fan service whenever you can. This ain't sex piss. It's just golden. Settle down, 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 down. Don't get reckless when it's flowing. Trickles down, 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 down. 'Cause I'll be damned if I can't hydrate near you without implying that I'm in the mood. I'm a real life person with some real life feelings. Don't make it weird. So I don't remember, but I'm working on it. It's called Reckless Golden, and it's a play on Texas Hold'em by Beyonce. And we're gonna do a parody. It's gonna be very fun. I have to turn my amp on too, so I'm not just like playing quiet guitar. I can hear how actually out of tune it is. I've got these pedals here that are ready to rock. That's nice. This is the long ass cable. This is the cable I have to like manage. Hang on a second. I'm gonna go get a different short cable for the speaker, as well as swapping the long headphone extender cable that I know is in the home office with the shorter extender cable that I know is right here in the satellite office and that I know is long enough to serve purpose in the home office. Purpose being, let me use PlayStation headphones when I'm playing Helldivers 2 so that I can get the audio on the headphones plugged directly into the output of the USB capture card so I can hear the game without messing up the delicate audio-visual balance. Because, you know, if you go on Bluetooth headphone mode, you just lose your audio output if you're a streamer on PlayStation. Hey, sup, Dev? I appreciate you. Appreciate your commentary this morning, too. Thank you. Hey, Big Oof. Nice to see you. What headphone jack do I need? So, like, right now, I'm going to take this to the other office, and I'm going to get another one of these. It's just much longer than this. This is as long as this is. I don't think it's longer than 4.5 feet. So, we're going to take this. I'll be right back. I'll show you. I'll show you. We're doing setup streaming. The stream is the setup. Revolutionary. only 10 feet, but I think it's still going to be okay. I think it'll be fine. Maybe I bring the mouse and the mouse pad over. That's something worth trying. Okay. Got all this cords. Oh, I was going to get a slightly longer headphone cable, wasn't I? For the speaker. I was, but I didn't. That's okay. I probably didn't need to bring another one in here because I probably already have one in here. History shows. I should set up a Throne account for like, oh man, 3.5 millimeter 3-headed splitter. Give me that. It's $8 on eBay. I've got such expensive tastes. There we go. Mouse is connected. Do I have? I've got monitor. Good. Mouse is working fine. If I feel like messing with the sensitivity, that's a later on project. Just this scooch back further. See, now that I have the laptop set up here, I'm incentivized more to like scooch it back. Because if I can scooch it back to this far, I can take that USB port that I had to unplug earlier and like kind of rest it on the audio interface over here. I can also slide the audio interface more to the side, get its controls more accessible. I gave myself extra table space for cable management. This isn't my first home studio setup rodeo. You get better every time. Just like how eShop becomes as fun of a game as a lot of the games in the Switch catalog. Like, what game's gonna go on sale? Can I anticipate it? Studio setup becomes one of the best songs that you like to write. You like to write it over and over. I think I'm gonna do another in my studio setup series soon. I think I might start another concept album called Preparation 6. All right. So, if I wanted to make a beat in the bed, I'm holding all sorts of shit in front of the camera that my grandma's from Corning, okay? My family is a big fan of blown glass. That's true. That's cultural. You could ask anybody in my family, are you into blown glass? They'd be like, oh, hell yeah. I fucking love blown glass. So yeah, sometimes you might see me with a glass piece in my hand. That's just because I respect my grandmother deeply. She's going through a rough time right now. She had a stroke recently. They're having an easier time because they finally agreed to get put into some assisted living. And so they found that instead of having to sit around all day and pretend that they're not increasingly depressed about the fact that all their friends are dead, they have new friends. Yeah, that's probably why you vibe so hard. The specific flavor of Midwestern passive aggression that I speak, it comes from that Northeastern passive aggression, Bill Belichick passive aggression coaching tree. And so it's like, it's gruffer than ope, but it's still friendlier than how they do it in the South. And so it's like, yeah, between bless your heart and ope is kind of where I'm at passive aggression wise. I find that people who have the same passive aggression love language are people that have the same kind of like parent trauma growing up. And so we often make natural friends. That's something I've learned in my travels as a troubadour of sorts. It's a true enough bador, a truthy bador. Just missing what the bador is for. It's like I was just playing some Vampire Survivors on stream in here a couple of days ago, and they had something called the Candelabra Door. It's not just called the candelabra; it's the Candelabra Door, and that's what it is. So now I've got some vision control on my desk, and I'm ready to move this camera around again for the Twitch stream. Yeah, and give you guys a better Twitch look of what I'm actually doing on the pads down here. That's about as far down as it goes. Thanks for the sub, Ratbeard. You rock. Yeah, Best Buy cable discount price is quite nice. I disliked a lot of other things about working at Best Buy, but not that stuff. Never that stuff. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfectly situated. And then do I have a? Do I have? Can I closet? Is it the closet? That's not gonna work though, cause I got clothes in my closet. Those they won't smell the same ever again. If that's my exhale spot. You gotta extrapolate. You can't just solve the problem for now. You gotta think about it like you're a fucking video game controller designer and this shit is your DDR pad. Anywhere I blow variously fresh air out in this room, I'm gonna blow that fresh air out like 5,000 times in the next year. Knowing that, it's probably best that I like keep it in the general direction of a projector, which right now I just realized is it's the only fan in the room. Is the projector fan and the computer fan. That's not safe. That's not good. Let me go into these settings too, because this magic mouse is it's not floaty enough yet. I'm trying to bring it over into this other monitor and it's not even coming over. Feels like if it's sticky, it's fine that it's sticky. That's actually good. You want that friction. Oh yeah, the extender. Hang on a sec. I literally just dropped it at my feet. Like I got up to do something else. This ADHD, dude. When you just like have something that you went into another room to specifically get. That's bummer that they killed that. That's right around when they like had to close a lot of their physical locations too. The current Best Buy now is where a Circuit City used to be, because they couldn't afford the real estate up the street, I guess, or at least yeah, they probably couldn't do it because it wasn't as popular of a location. It might have been more affordable for them if they had. Let me try this. I feel like if I do this, it might work. It might also pull the laptop off of the desk if it's too short, and I'm obviously not gonna risk that on purpose. It's not the kind of thing I wouldn't risk on accident. You just saw me lose track of this cable. I just gotta account for my accident proneness. This is so borderline, it hurts. I can get it, but if a dog comes in here, like say you have a big dog, like say you have a Newfie Poo, like say you have a Newfoundland Poodle mix, say he's like 7 years old, and sometimes at night when you're down here late, he comes down because he gets worried that you might not be okay. He comes barging in here. What's the maximum damage it's going to cause? I don't think that much because this splitter I'm using is kind of jank. I think the splitter becomes the point of failure there, and it's going to be okay. So now I'll actually wrap this up. I've got an old arm for a pop filter for a microphone. You know how you have those like wire arms that you can kind of bend and pose to get the pop filter in the right position? I just unscrewed the pop filter part, and then I bent the whole arm into sort of a twisted, knotted letter U, where the end of the letter U is the part that's screwed into the pop filter. And that gives me a nice little thing to hang up a coiled headphone cable on for when I don't need it to be in long mode. It's kind of cool. Alrighty, so Twitch, nice to see y'all here today. Happy Thursday to y'all. You can even see me making TikTok. Isn't that weird? You can really look over my shoulder on Twitch. That's a great view. I wonder, I don't think I can do this, but I wonder if I can. I wonder if I'm able to take the iPhone camera and cheekily use it on YouTube as well? I don't know. I am on YouTube too. You can follow Third Person on YouTube. You can go to twitch.tv/thirdperson. Following me anywhere other than TikTok is basically like your homework assignment for the month of April 2024. Because we can't count on seeing each other like this forever and ever. We just can't count on it. It's not just a matter of like, is the app going to be banned? It's that some of you are seeing me on live for the first time in weeks or months when you see me on live. And you go, oh yeah, Third Person's on here. I wonder how they've been. I wonder what they're up to. And it's like, oh shit. You can lose track of everybody. Oops. Oops. Use the wrong camera. Is that the one? That's the one. No fucking way. It differentiates between the 3 cameras. Like I've got one of those iPhones that has multiple cameras on it, right? And it differentiates between them. So I'm able to select, like on YouTube right now, the full screen is still the over-the-shoulder shot. That's way better than how it works on Windows. But if you have a video source that works on Mac, they let you just duplicate it. I always run into driver errors and like things quit out and the camera doesn't get picked up. One device is being picked up wrong by the wrong app in the background. You didn't even know that you were doing it at the time. Do it like this. The visualizer's still looking gorgeous. Absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. Oh, it's simply gorgeous. Oh dear, it's simply gorgeous. Oh dear, it's nasty how fucking gorgeous it is. Oh, would you look at that? Would you look at that? Would you have a gander? Would you have a gander at that and how fucking gorgeous it all is? Oh, it's so fucking gorgeous. I can't look away from it. Avert thine eyes if you can, lest you be driven mad by how fucking gorgeous it all is. Over on YouTube at Third Person and twitch.tv/Third Person, as well as on TikTok. Hi, how's it going? Nice to see you. Let's see. We got good views here. YouTube's, I think, looks even cooler than Twitch's right now. But that's also, on YouTube, I don't have the feed from the software up yet. Let me get that up here. Ooh, I do, but it's in the background? Well, fuck that. Well, fuck that, like 8 doobies to the face. That's a good thing to say. You could say that. Well, fuck that, like 8 doobies to the face. Somebody tells you something really bad. My boss was being a real sexual harasser at work. What? Well, fuck that, like 8 doobies to the face. Let them know you care about them a whole lot. They're like, there are unsaved changes. Do you want to save them? OBS is not okay. OBS right now is like cishet men are your strong friend. You should check up on OBS. OBS might not be all right. I'm just trying to get it to look at Machina. I go to do properties. It's like, there's unsaved changes. Do you want to keep them? I'm like, it's not that serious. Is it? Is it that serious? Like, I don't know. I just wanted to change the properties of a window capture. And OBS is like, save or not? You know what I say to that? I say, OBS. Let's get back to work, guys. Okay? It's all fun and games. But it's also Bandcamp Friday tomorrow. I'm trying to finish something. Let's see if we can get something done today. Let's move this up to the front, even in front of the iPhone cam. There we go. There we go. This looks so good. If you want to see my workstation in different expressive modes, and you get different looks, like literally different zoom levels, because of how I've cropped these cameras. The Twitch experience is slightly distinct from the YouTube experience, which is of course very distinct from the TikTok experience. But the visualization of the audio is the thread that's tying it all together right now. Right now the visualizer is kind of in dormant mode because it's trying to pick up audio that's not being delivered because I'm not playing anything. So how do we fix that? I feel inside right now like an angry monster, like a savage beast. So I could use a soothe. Let's go back to that intergalactic kit. What were some of those samples that I had earlier? I couldn't even hear them from across the room. Okay, that's every drill song. That's not bad. Now that I can work with. kit here just to play. It's like the song writes itself at that point, right? Some of these pad groups, the challenge is almost like how to not find the very first loop that you can hear. Because oftentimes the very first loop that you can hear out of like a curated pad group is something that somebody else is like, God damn it, I wish I had time to finish this song and make money off of it. At least I get a few bucks for my day job for like slapping these sounds together for somebody else to finish my song. But damn it, it could have been me. It could have been me. And I always try to make them angrier by not finishing the song that was on their mind. These are good samples. I'm not sure if I'm even feeling this group, so I'm going to go back to browse here. I should turn the browser on in this. Hang on a second. View browser. So that you can see where I'm actually like searching for files if you're watching me on Twitch or on YouTube right now. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you, Desert Reviews. I had to look really close and see if it was Desert Reviews or Desert Reviews. I love Desert Reviews. Very, very cool. I appreciate you. Yeah, the subdued flute in that kit was really cool, right? Like, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. There's also other stuff, and I'm going to try to figure out, let me practice specific stuff, because when I'm practicing, it makes me feel like even if I run into a Bandcamp Friday, which is mostly about me, like, let me come up with a music video 11th hour late at night because I didn't finish a song and I'm trying to redeem myself by doing a music video with high effort instead for an existing song. That's an off-ramp, like an escape pod that I allow myself. And then before then, as I'm doing the work, when I feel like I'm under like such time pressure, and it's really just bills pressure, it's just that Bandcamp Friday can be a lucrative day or not, and if it's a lucrative day, it means that my month is better. And a better month means that when my kid's like, hey, can I have some ice cream tonight? I don't have to like go, fuck, we don't have ice cream, and I can't get any ice cream. So the answer is no because of that. Like, I like to answer no for parental reasons, not for budgetary ones, and that fucks me up when I can't. It makes me feel like a worse parent, even though the answer is the same because the answer comes from a different reason. So yeah, I care about it, and I let myself get in my head about it because I care, which is ironic because the best, most lucrative work that I've ever done on this or any app came when I was in the middle of doing something else that was objectively more important for my bottom line at the time, and then I carved out minutes to basically have my bathroom time be, oh, I'm secretly making a beat. Oh yeah, sorry, my project's late, boss, and then under cover of darkness, I'm working on Nightmare Rotation. That's where my best stuff has come from. So it's been a big challenge this year to figure out if I'm going to work for myself, I have to do my work for myself. I can't fake myself out by giving myself work that I care about doing and then not do that work to do other work that I care about more in that moment. That's crazy making, and it makes you feel like you're not meeting your own goals at that point. It's different when you feel like you're doing a bit of reverse time theft. So to make sure that my time is better spent every time I spend it, I'm investing in myself by making myself use these pads to find these sounds more. So if I'm here looking for a certain pad group, I can decide what mode I want. Browse, filter. What's cool is I don't even think you can see the filter that's happening up on the computer yet. But like group, product all, type kits, subtype melodic kit. Yeah, all products, all melodic kits. That sounds good. Favorites off. Sure, let's go to that list. So now we're looking at the list of all melodic kits. I can dial the list with the little dial right on the device, and then every time I click in on the button, that it selects that kit. I've used that before. I've used that in a beat before. Pretty, really nice drippy samples. I'm saving that one for later. Actually, how do I do that from here? Shift click. That's right. Vintage Love Kit. Oh, that's beautiful. It's a good kit. I'm not feeling it right now, but I will later. Yo Flava 2000s kit. That sounds like I don't know, something about that sounds like when you buy like a disco album in Germany and they're like, this is black music. Like, yes, that's correct, but it sounds slightly racist the way that you said it. Yeah. Tons of potential there. To go together. This is the in-app lo-fi. What if I just kept that? Still going to keep it moving though. Come out of pad mode. Select York. Ooh. So these are explicitly designed to be instruments. I'm thinking about this melodic pad differently than the others because this invites me not to think about what is a prearranged chord progression that might have been intended in these chords and that I have to push against so that I don't sound samey compared to another producer that might buy the same software and use it in a similar way. This gets me thinking just about the tonal quality of each of these things and how I could get them to play. And then what's happening here? So I think these are all meant to be basses. This is basses, pads, leads. That's beautiful. What made this sound? Let's find that out. Let's go to sound. Let me go to our little inspector tool here. Or no, up here. That's a sample. Beautiful. Since it's sampled, you got to be careful about how you use it in a melody, right? Because if I go into pad mode here, oops. Ooh, what octave am I on? Yeah. Hear that one? And because of how it phases, it sounds slow again. That's beautiful sound design. It's like that fucking staircase optical illusion thing. I love that. It creates a feeling of like wavy and movement on different notes that are similar to the original note, even though the different notes are sped up at a higher frequency. That's crazy. This is the ambient stuff. That's so much. Oh my god. Oh my god, TikTok Live. Making me play a little puzzle game to prove that I'm a human being. The thing about TikTok is that it's really like it's a show and tell space. TikTok doesn't do a very good job at being a medium that allows people to be creative in real time. Like they say showcase your creativity on TikTok all the time, like stuff like that's in their copy for creators or whatever. But in reality, the creative process is tedious and boring 95% of the time. It's me sitting here going, and maybe I need to do the indie producer equivalent of Jinxie, right? Where like every time I do something as a producer, I come up with a cartoonish, overacted facial expression to bring the viewer into the experience. I can demonstrate. I could do that. Frankly, I don't know if I could do that though. Because like I have to also do things like look myself in the face, sleep at night, explain to my kid what I do for money. Because I have to do those things, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I have what it takes. When I say that's why he makes the big bucks, I'm not saying that as a hater. I'm saying it as an admirer. I'm saying it as somebody that realizes that level of full body kayfabe, holy shit. Pay that man his money. My face already hurts. Appreciate you, Silk Burrito, for being here for a second. I have to figure out how to pop out my chats and get them onto a screen that I can reckon with in like one spot. So I don't feel like I'm ghosting people on the internet for showing up and catching me on stream. Like Avery here, who's right behind what's happening on my screen in front of me here. But yeah, there's so many things. Sample packs can come off racist because you're like, oh man, this kick is awesome. What's this kick called? And it's called like From the Ghetto Streets Kick 2. And Streets is like STREETZ. You're like, damn, that's okay, that's borderline. But hold up, what's this snare called? And it's like, I found a roach in my fridge. Okay, good job. Struggle Snare 6. If you use this snare, you didn't have a dad. Wait a second, this is getting hateful. You know? We can do better. We must do better. All right, hang on. That's the one that speaks to me the most. That's beautiful. I love the sound. Sometimes it just falls. And then it's harder to remember how you played it. But the first draft was good. can I do that without having to, like, I don't want to lose my flow. I have a melody, right? Like, something like that, right? So I'm going to hit shift and just tap the tempo I was playing. So the tempo's in the shit now. Cool. It says 92.91. I could adjust that if I felt like clicking and doing specific things. If I went back to the main screen, there's probably a way to do it. Navigate. Ooh, sampler. No. But I'm not even really worried about the full body tempo right now. I'm worried about the melody that I had. So I'm going to worry about that first and just do a shift record so I can like play it in. I think I hit it. I think I nailed it in one. I just wanted to play it one time. This is some renegade shit that I learned when I was on my phone making these beats a lot, and like on the phone version of this app, and I used iMachine 2 most of the time. Phone version, you only get 4 instruments. And so if you decide you want a bass, that's just a lead instrument that you can't have. But I never really liked that, so I would always be like, respectfully, this bass is also going to be my lead. And so I will use this as my bass. But first, I accidentally, because I was like 5 octaves up when I went into pad mode here, if I hold pad mode and tap down a few times, I'll go back into the fat, warm bass note side of it. But I've kind of created a little sneak preview maybe of the bass, but it's all on accident because I'm using the same instrument but to create this shit instead. Let's paste this in here. Right? Where are we? That's G sharp, so I need a D sharp, right, to get down to the 5? I'm just guessing. But I'm still gonna hold my guess. Because I'm like trying to get better on purpose is one of the things that actually gets me out of the slumps that I feel in my heart. So I just hit play. I had the right interval. Hang on, where's the metronome on? I can fix that. Where was the metronome control? Keyboard mixer events. Is it shift count in? No. Is it shift restart? No. Oh, that toggles the loop though. That's good to know. That's what I wanted. That makes sense. Step mode, browse. It's not shift browse. It's not shift tap note repeat. Oh, god dang it. It's shift play. It says metro right over the top of the thing. The issue that I had here was that I actually got to the wrong note in the scale because it's boo, 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 boo. It's a half step down, and so my interval read was incorrect. I think it's something like this. I don't know though. Let's see. That's right, and I should have gone down a 5th from the first note and not the... I was thinking about it wrong. I was thinking about it all wrong. Cool, so that's something, right? And then we can duplicate the pattern and then like... The tricky part here, this is just decision time. Polyphony right now is set to 1, and that is because we got this big fat bass sound, and oftentimes these big fat bass sounds can generate speaker damaging vibrations if it's not like a monophonic signal. But I'm gonna use a limiter and shit right? So that means I don't have to worry about that, right? That's like how amateurs talk. That's how I'm going to talk to free myself. Now notice, I turned the polyphony, so it's letting the notes spill over each other now. But it also lets me do this. Some of the character, right? It no longer sounds, first of all, the basic melody doesn't sound as good as it did before. It's stronger without that shit. So when I play this note, where is it? Is it here? Yep. So if we're on this duplicated pattern, let me zoom in so we can actually see what we're doing here. And let me zoom in. You can zoom in vertically or horizontally. What's tricky is to zoom in vertically, you have to like drag to the left, which is weird. But it's also weird to have to drag up or down on a horizontal drag. So anyways, what I'm thinking about is putting this in and then replacing this note. Right? So that it's... So that would mean this note's gone. This note's gone because of this note down here. It's just a thought, and let's see how it sounds. See, that to me sounds bop adjacent. I feel like we're writing a bop adjacent beat at this point because, hang on. Other thing I just realized, I'm not sure. Do we have sound? What's up, Dustin? Happy to see you, Sully. Happy thiiirdsday indeed. I'm trying to reclaim a little bit of joy as we go. Oh shit! Sorry, YouTube. That's my bad. I gave y'all way too much sound on YouTube. Because Apple is smart enough now that it picks up audio from the window that you're playing something in, even if that window is handling audio in a weird-ish way. I guess the way I'm handling audio on my Mac is less weird-ish too, because I'm not doing everything through the interface. Still. Alright. That's something. And then, of course, we could do a... The thing is, though, that you want this... You only want it to last that specific short duration. Or at least that's what I want to do, right? So I'm going to edit the velocity of the second note, I think, if I can do that somehow. I've forgotten how, but I'll find it. It's down here somewhere. It's not that editor. Let's set this here. There it is. because it's playing the polyphony of 1, if you do a velocity of 0 hit, the first note that you play has to honor the polyphony of 1 and make way for the second note, and then the second note makes no sound. So that's basically how you can play in a rest. Nope. Let's try it this way, though. That worked. It only worked with a second velocity that's very, very low but non-zero. If I go to 0, it doesn't work. But if I go to 2, it works. What we're going to do is double that. Copy this. Paste it here. And then we can start thinking about our drums. Let's do the drum kit selection right after I do this thing. Hang on a second. I forgot to adjust the mouse sensitivity and it's been bugging me. Tracking speed is set pretty slow. We're going to go up 2 clicks. That's better feeling. It's a nice sticky mouse pad, so I can err on the side of too fast and not be upset. I also don't fucking do natural scrolling. I love how Apple creates something called natural scrolling that it has to name and explain. And not to get too George Carlin on your ass, but what do we call something that does not have to be named or explained? Nature. It's the nature of the thing. It doesn't need a special jargon. The nature of scrolling is that if I say down, I want the thing to go down. If my thumb does this, I'd like it to go down, please. If it does this, I'd like it to go up. I thought natural scrolling was natural scrolling for a while. I thought a lot of interesting things. That's why my first Halo control setup was legacy inverted. But I play default now. It's all learnable. All right. What are we browsing for? We hit browse, filter, kits, subtype, hip-hop, melodic, percussion, or produced, or special. Ooh, vinyl kit, maybe. I don't know. Probably not. If I want to add some lo-fi stuff, I can do that at my leisure onto one of these hip-hop kits. I don't need a favorite kit. Do I want a specific product of kits? I've got all these different, plugins, and if I select a product, every time I turn the wheel, you can see the screen changes. So Crate Cuts is a nice selection. It's got 41 that I could use. So I'm actually going to go to the list, and I'll now be able to browse through the list. I could do this right on the device, or I could do it in the software. It's so nice to just be able to deal with fucking hardware, because sometimes you don't even want to look at the screen. Screens are nice. They're fun. But sometimes you don't want to fucking look at the screen. You just want to, make some music without having to look up as much. Saying I didn't want vinyl, what's the first thing I came to? Just all this pop and hiss. Okay. What else we got here? So much vinyl on these kicks. That's a lot. That's pretty good. Sounds anemic for some reason. It's like somebody took 2 ribs out of it. Like they're waiting for their first girlfriend to get there. Why is that? Is it the phaser? I bet it's the fucking phaser. Just turning off various effects. I just don't like that snare. On to the next, on to the next one. That's pretty. Huh. What? Maybe, I don't know. There's stuff in there that works. I really just want a kick that sounds like a kick without a lot of vinyl on it. I want a snare that sounds like a snare. There's a kick. Oh wait, let me select again. Where was I? Flying high kit. There we go. all the vinyl. Don't need. Full circle kit. I've used this one before. That one's got some lo-fi shit on it. Nah. Good coffee kit. Didn't select it yet. There's the selection. That's decent. It's all like this is a beautiful kit. I'm gonna use this kit at some point. I might even use it on this, but I don't think so because I've already got this other melody and stuff worked in. But the thing I would note here is that these guitars, if you ever have that kind of thing happening with like 4 samples and you're like, I don't want them to run over each other, you got to figure out what your choke or your mute groups are and what interface you have in the device. In this device, it's harder to find. You have to like hop into this little menu and then you set the choke group for the 4 things that you care about to the same group. And when you do, other things can play at the same time. But these guitars are now playing at their own rate, right? That stuff's built to get somebody some money. That's the thing that people don't understand too about some of these like pre-built packs and kits and stuff. I know that some producers are playing like a scrub game of like I gotta dress everything up so much that nobody else does anything like it. But sometimes with pads like that, like what am I gonna have to chop up really? Like I'll show you one thing I'd think to do on something like this, just as like a basic protection for my own self, is maybe I speed it up by like I go up 5 pitches per, which is a significant up tuning, and it affects the timing of everything. So if I do that for just these 4 things, then I would be fucked, right? Because those 4 other things that I was playing right above them also have their own pitches. So if I retune these, I now need to retune the other 4. So we do that one by one. I could also multi-select pads, and you can make these changes to multiple pads at a time. But if I multi-select, sometimes I forget to de-multi-select in this UI, so I find that it actually takes me less time to just do it by hand per. It's like, isn't that weird? You can do anything under different tempos, like in a totally different, yeah, it changes where you'd think to put a rhythmic accent. It changes a lot just by up-tuning or down-tuning something. Now I don't want to lose this kit. Like, I don't want to lose this kit work. So let me just save this project as something. Let's call that retuned coffee. Let me get the other keyboard real quick. I'll be right back. Where's that water too? I'm thirsty. Gotta hydrate. Everybody's reminding me I gotta hydrate on here. Not my strong suit, you know? All right. So if I have this keyboard here, allegedly to help me do this work better, where would it even be? I don't really have space for it right here. If I move these speakers under this stand, then we might be cocaine with gas. Then we might be cocaine with grass. It's a fun way to say cooking with gas if you have a party mentality about you. Oh, now we're cooking with grass. I'm sorry, did you say cooking with gas or cooking with grass? Why, whatever do you mean? I just talk the way I talk. Man, I got some shit in my drafts right now. I got some shit in my drafts. Suffice it, let's just suffice it to say I've got some shit in my drafts. And let's leave it at that. I got some shit in my drafts, y'all. And I don't think anything else needs to be said about it. Don't think we need to belabor the fact I got some shit in my drafts. In the words of Busta Rhymes, give it to me. I got some shit in my drafts, girl. Give it to me. I got some shit in my drafts, girl. Give it to me. I got some shit in my drafts, girl. Remember that? It's from Light Your Drafts on Fire by Busta Rhymes. He said, I'm so clean. Call it Felix Unger on Light Your Ass on Fire. I never forgot that line, because it was the first punchline that he told. And then right after that, he said that Walona and Thelma reference. Anyways, this is nice. This is like super nice, because now I can, like, if I want to move and do work in bed, I can. But the thing I was really thinking about was like, oh, this back thing is like my shoulder. There's like a closet wall thing right here. And if I pad this corner, it's going to have a measurable impact on my happiness in this year of 2024. Let's resume what we were doing. So now we're going to do a save as. What are we going to call it, though? Call it speaker 4. Bring this back in. What do we have? Right, and then we do drums. Cool, so I got a few patterns there. That'll give me plenty of expressive opportunity. I don't actually need this good coffee kit. Actually, I should save this kit. That's the thing I should really do. So you can right-click a kit and you can save as. And I can save this as good coffee repitch with 3 eyes, so that I can take credit for the repitch. And then I think that gets saved under the user. Yeah, So I have all these user kits that I can create and work with. That's liberating. I don't have enough of a user created list of things in this app, except for the songs that come out of it. I don't do a great job yet of like curating the tools that make the songs come out. So the thing about crate kits is that it sounds like it's all very boom bappy, golden agey. And nice, Dev. I get that reference. I want something that sounds a little more like trappy in general to go with that melody. And Lockdown Grind is got a lot of UK drill shit going on. Go to this band kit. That's not it. Let's go to the next one. Beard kit. Oh yeah, everybody's gay for the beard kit. Huh! That's fucking awesome. What kind of kick is that? It's got a little whistle in the start of it. Sounds like... This kit slaps. We're going to work with this one. I think that if we did like... do like a halftime feel. Double this up. Oops, double the pattern up. Cool, that's a little some trappy things. One thought I just had is how to fuck this drums up. So I'm gonna go into group so I can change the whole drum group. I'm gonna bring in a VST that I like to use just to hear how it fucks some sounds up because it adds a lot of saturation to stuff. Decapitator is the name of it. That brings a lot of pleasant qualities of the drums right to the forefront right away, just on the default, just by turning the drive up by about a third. That's brighter and a more apparent distortion. think I like this one the best. I was just picking which kind of distortion I wanted to use for that. Cool. One thing that people will do when they do stuff like this to make sure that it doesn't get too old on the ear, right, is you come up with like a little arrangement to hear. But if you're premature in how you set up your arrangement, you can make work hard. You can give yourself a lot of things that need to have like identical edits done to them, which is just very emotionally fatiguing, right? When you're like, ah, shit. Those kicks, they needed to be played in with a different timing, but now that bad kick timing is all over the whole beat. Right now, I'm just going to use the existence of these 3 patterns of ways to do melody and 2 different ways to do drum, with or without the hi-hats, and see how many different scenes we can make. I know we can make at least 4, right? We start with just this with no drums, and then we come in with just this with just drums, and then we finally add the bass part, and then maybe we simultaneously switch the drums up there, and then we keep the bass part and keep the switch up, and maybe add a 3rd element. Or else we go here and just go with like the basic pattern with bass. Those are 4 different ways to do it. I like all 4. If we're going to do an overall arrangement, we go over here and we start selecting which scenes live where. So in this case, we'll try a 1, 2, 2 3s, and then a 4. And then you can start to get a feel of like how things change and how long they take. Because sometimes you have like good loops and good transitions between the loops, but the loops are just too long, or they're too short, or there's a weird number of things that happens. The mind is begging for a change 4 bars before the change actually happens in the arrangement. The way to prevent against stuff like that is by doing frequent listening to the overall arrangement as you write. That's one way to do it. A lot of paths up the mountain. We're all mountain climbers. Keep those hands dusty. So yeah, that weird other hit on the melody didn't need to be there. Oops. Something more like this. There, now they're lined up. Bass and kick is like 2 different ways to name the same kind of variable in a code base. It doesn't matter which one like you're following, but they should be together. Like it either can be I wrote the bass first, or I wrote the kick first. Whichever one you wrote first, the bass and the kick need to get along. It's not a good marriage between free spirits. Not in that way. That shit, they start seeking polyamory, then before you know it, your mix is way too full because you don't have the emotional maturity for 2-person intimacy, let alone more. Because look at you, you can't even get your bass and your drums to get along. That's for Hudson Mohawk to figure out how many other synths can stuff in the mix. Keep woodshedding on just getting the bass and the drum to get along. So I tell myself, like, first things first, do the simple stuff, do the basic stuff first. That sounded pretty good. Let's go back and give it another listen. I'm hearing something I want to do with the bass and the melody. I sometimes want the whole melody. So then we can go back to our scenes here, and this is where it gets really fun, because I'm going to take this whole York kit, we're going to copy it, we're going to paste it in here. So that copies everything, the group, the decisions that I made, all that stuff. I don't need all of it though. I just need the melody line from pattern 1. Which one of these is going to be the bass and which one's going to be the melody? That's what I have to decide. Oops, also, hang on. I'm in an existing scene, so I have to be careful about that. Right, that sounds how it sounded, right? Yep. And this one sounded. Yep, and this one. Yep, and then this one. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure I didn't lose what I was doing as I like inserted something in between the two here. So this is like just the melody line. This is the melody line mixed with like the really basic bass line. What I kind of want this kit to be for is also being a legato instrument that knows how to do the melody, but then, so this pattern can be just about bass. And that would mean taking out all of these higher notes. So you got the same instrument for when you need it to be monophonic sounding, right? But like you use the exact same instrument as a copy for when it needs to sound monophonic in some context, but also sometimes give us some polyphony. So this was scene 1, so that's supposed to be like this, and none of this. And then if we'll go over to scene 5, that can now be this pattern with basic drums and the basic melody. Yeah. Only issue I have is that the bass is now feeling different because it's got all of that duration on it that we had to deal with before. So like I'm just going to do these ghost notes again with like 1 velocity or 2 velocity. How low can we get it? 2. So then we'll just copy this note. We'll just paste it in. Oops. No. The whole point is that I don't want the note to last longer than half a beat. That's the feel that got me into saying, oh yeah, I'm going to chase this down. Let's see if we can turn this into a beat. So it's like I'm a very big proponent of feeling chasing. Voice settings, 1 polyphony, cool. Yeah, that works. That's pretty good. Hey, Da Vinci, nice to see you. I just saw you behind my my working screen. Here we go. Let's see. That sounds right. So in very naive terms, right? Like you could call this is a beat that you could write to at this point. This is, oh yeah, but I gotta, hang on, hit play, select the whole kit and caboodle, save that change, restart. Give that a listen. Oh. Whew. Yeah. Yeah. I got delivery like UPS. I'm brown, I'm on time, and I move you best. Plus, you'll never ever see me rocking dubs, and I don't beat box, I just beat boxes up. And it's irrelevant whether you get the reference. I do it better whenever I'm never hesitant. Instead, I relish the benefit of irreverence. I won't embellish the literal with the second glimpse, but I will admit it's heaven sent to let it slip once in a while to flip a style competitive. See, a lot of rappers got me looking effortless because a lot of rappers say they bust a tech to this. That means the rapper's only acting for the Benjamins, and his career is ending faster than Heath Ledger's did for trying to rewrite his history like a legend Smith. I'm killing all of them with science like I'm Legend Smith. That works. I think my partner's giving me a call on the phone. It's pretty good. Kind of worked up. Oh no! Hope you're feeling better. Glad you're back. Glad you're here. And ain't it just a way for a vacation to go? Oh man, that's the worst. There's something about being able to let your guard down that makes the odds of some wild shit happening go up too. But yeah, I hope your recovery goes well and you have a speedy one. That's right. All right. So that's pretty solid. I'm gonna let me go back out here. This needed to be another slowdown. We're gonna do 2 scene 2s. Yes.
Hey Dad.
Hey, how's it going?
You know the little Nintendo class we do every week? Well, the video that we have prepared for it isn't copied to the clipboard.
Okay.
And Mom doesn't really know how to copy it.
I can help copy it.
We need assistance.
Okay. I will help you right now. Sure. I think that by the time you get there and you hit paste, you're going to find that it's copied on the clipboard.
She doesn't know how to log in. It says that you need to log in.
That's right.
Dad, we need you to come up here.
I'm logged in. I'm copying the video to my clipboard on this computer, knowing that it will be copied to the iCloud. Hang on, let me check something. Whew! I'll be right back. Light work, no reaction. Okay. Back to it. That's what I was doing. That's enough of a beat. But what else? Now that I've got an arrangement, I can think in terms of like, what else could we put in here? Do we need anything else? Probably. Interesting. This is some subtle fucking shit. But the last melody note on pattern 1 in scene 6 at the end of 24 needs to have something to choke it off at the start of 25. So we have to do that little velocity hack, or else we have that like lingering note. Ooh, that got all the way down to 1. Highest possible score. Feels great. So one meditation I have as somebody that's like not just started at this beat making shit yesterday is that it's right before or right after the pattern or beat switch line where you have to really manage your attention to keep it from sounding too canned or like you've missed details. Similarly, this pattern, this scene, needs to be duplicated so it can be a distinct scene. We can delete that. Since it's a distinct scene, we can duplicate a pattern within it to make it distinct. And the thing I'd like to have be distinct about this pattern is that the very first note is not our F3 or whatever, G sharp 3. But we take this all the way down a few octaves. I think it's this octave. I'm not sure though. Let's check. Nope, next one down. 0. My kid's little friend wants to call. He always calls when she's like busy with something, and he never calls one time. He's a demanding little dude. And I'm not going to talk too much shit about my kid's friend, but yeah. It's because we share iCloud, and I get to see how many times he calls back right away when she can't pick up the very first time. Hopefully, though, because of her feedback that she's given him via text, he'll be chiller about that in the future. And then this needs to not be nothing. That needs to be... Well, it needs to be literally nothing, not just silence, but nothingness. This last scene needs to be a dupe because it needs to be distinct. This scene within it needs to be duplicated because it needs to be distinct. Because we're not going to have it play that last bass note. Or if we did, we'd have it play at so low of a volume as to just cut off the melody. Okay, so here's the arrangement that we have now. There's the second call from him. pretty good. Let's export that. I might add to that later. I might not. I'm going to export it. Speaker 4 headed to exports. Cool. Code. Very nice. Okay. Yeah. Let's do something else for a second. Oh, that's right. I gotta plug that whole thing in, don't I? Damn it. Am I still gonna do it? Yeah. I'm gonna do it anyway. Don't ask me how I do it. I just do it. It is hard. I just show up to a studio I made all by myself. I just show up in the studio with all my extra time. Rap to beats inside the studio that I wrote by myself. Don't ask me how I did it. I just did it by myself. But y'all are here too, so I'm not actually by myself. Okay. So that's there. That's in. Let's turn it on. Okay. I'm just gonna warn people before I start to do this that I might just abruptly decide to stop because I didn't plan to. And I don't know what I'm gonna run into or how it's gonna make me feel. And I'm not in a very resilient mood today. Content notwithstanding. Nothing? I feel like this cord isn't even. That's in. Turning up the guitar level. I'm going to cut out some middlemen. I've got this pedal, and I don't know why I'm not hearing anything through it. And I've got a loop pedal, and I don't know why I'm not hearing anything through that. And it could just be the instrument itself. So let me go in direct from the instrument itself. Oh, there's definitely something there. Turn the master volume all the way back down. There's definitely something to it. Plenty of sound. Let's tune it then. If we can hear it. Now I can hear everything I don't like about it finally. We can tune it. So my B was definitely sharp, relatively. Yep. The G and the B. That's the G of the B. Don't let go. Hold on to what you seek and believe in what you know. Don't let go. Which one's my bass? That's my bass. It's my overall volume. Don't let go. Hold on to what you seek and believe in what you know. Don't let go. It doesn't matter if you couldn't hold on before. I'm saying don't let go. 'Cause when nothing matters more. Don't hold back. what you seek and believe that it's a fact. And don't hold back. It doesn't matter that you never could stay on track. I'm saying don't hold back. 'Cause if nothing matters, nothing's wrong with that. Oh. Like a summer rain falls and fades away, nothing ever stays the same. So don't give up. Hold on to what you seek and believe that it's enough. Don't give up. It doesn't matter if you feel like you lost your touch. I'm saying don't give up. 'Cause when nothing matters, nothing means too much. Oh, oh. Like a summer rain falls and fades away, nothing ever stays, nothing will remain. Like a rainy day comes and goes away, nothing ever stays the same. So don't let go. Hold on to what you seek and believe in what you know. Don't let go. It doesn't matter if you couldn't hold on before. I'm saying don't let go. La 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 la. 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 That's right. What is your hurry? What are you sitting there waiting for? You're right on time. What is your hurry? Why are you trying to be there for? Come find your mind. Sometimes you take your time to go. Sometimes the waiting cuts you close. Stop looking down and stick around and be in the place you've come. 'Cause this is the only one, and it's right on time. La 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 la. This is the only one, and it's right on. Time. Cool. What else do we have here? Maybe. I'm tippable at Cash App, Ko-Fi, PayPal, Venmo. You can follow me for free or otherwise at patreon.com/thirdperson. You can buy my music at thirdperson.bandcamp.com. This is another original song called Deja Vu. Feels like I've been here before, but I am not quite sure. I can't recall. Which way did I go to become who you know? It's crazy to contemplate at all. Am I wasting time inside a lie? Can I better try to put it all behind one more time? Because I'm losing my hold, I can't control this boy reaching out for everything. But when I'm talking to you, I know what to do. You always find the best in me. Unsure, insecure, all before you showed me I was more, opened up a door. So what am I waiting for? I said, there I go again. Looks like I won't ever learn to wait my turn and take it slow. And everything that I do, I've done before. So what's the use in trying to do some more? Life is a dream, this how it seems each day. I say the dreaming's done, the waking's just begun, and I may never fly. Whatever, I'll take my chances. But I'm trying to find a little bit more time. Tell me why, oh, why am I afraid to try a life I might have loved before? If all the time I lost was mine again, could I become the one that I could have loved enough to have done the things that I needed me to do? And could I ever have been the kind to begin to find my place here next to you? Can we ever be a better thing? I think you and me are just a crazy dream, but I believe it's like I've been here before, but I'm not sure if I've been here. It's called Deja Vu. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. It is after 3 o'clock. I have been streaming for a couple of hours. I will now be taking a break. Not because I feel like taking a break, but because by the time I feel like taking a break, I will need a break and water and a bathroom trip, and I'll need to start on dinner, and I'll need to transfer the laundry, and I gotta watch out for the dishes, and you gotta watch out for that litter, and I gotta make sure that the fam's okay. Those things don't stop being true, even when I'm in a little fugue state in the basement. But yeah, very fun. Happy we're here on all 3 streams. I'm gonna get better at being aware of comments as they come in. Like I don't have the skills right now to even manage comments in 1 live stream, let alone 3. But I also feel like 3 is very on brand, and it's thiiirdsday. So as this stream hits the 2-hour mark, I'm gonna say peace. I'll let y'all go so you can do your things. Ghost chat, I'll have to check that out. I'll have to see if is that a Mac thing as well. Yeah, that's cool. Because yeah, I think I just need something that overlays whatever I'm doing and like put something on the screen for me to focus on. That's what I got to get into. I'll figure that out. We'll find something. There's all the tools out there in the world. You just got to find what they are and figure out which ones are going to work for you in your specific setup. Thank you for all the likes today. Thank you for gifts, comments, shares on TikTok. Thanks for supporting the music offline, off app rather, and maybe offline. It's DRM free. You can rip it onto CDs and stuff when you get it from the Bandcamp. Go check it out. I got links and stuff. Cheers. All right, that's TikTok stream. Doing the TikTok stream first because you got to hit the most buttons to get out of a TikTok stream. Second most buttons is the YouTube stream. It's one of those ADHD things. You get 95% of the way towards leaving something. Jesus Christ. Every single one of these notifications that didn't come up from TikTok during the live is trying to come in sequentially. This phone is now too old for the amount of clout that I have on TikTok. If I was clouted like I am now with this phone 2 years ago, the one that I used for TikTok lives, no fucking chance. I don't even have the shit set on dark mode. Maybe I should change that up. Maybe this should be on dark mode. Let's make this be on dark mode. Before we hop off. What were the other things that we practiced today? As we put that beat together, getting in here and like doing the browsing right on the device felt really good. Being able to like look up at the monitor and see what the browsing that I was doing on the monitor felt really good. There's a part of me that wants to start recreationally reading the Machine Micro manual and the original Machine manual, because there's so many things that I'm not doing on the device that I could be doing on the device. Putting stuff together faster and cleaner. Anyways, interestingly, the last time I had pulled down on my profile picture on this phone, I had 195.6 thousand followers, and now I have 203.6 thousand followers. So my phone just had its own little clout party. We had pizza when I hit 200K. Little pizza party. Some people, I think, would not do a pizza party before $250,000, but those people are even more gluttons for punishment than I am. All right, YouTube. Thanks for being here with me today. Thanks for spending the time. Appreciate you, Legolas. I'm trying to do many things. Probably too many things at once to monetize cleanly off of any of them, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Oh, there's my kid's little friend again. All right, YouTube. Next time. It's going to be fun. It's going to be clean. We also haven't had a whole lot of drops and disconnects, which is kind of funny because sometimes this room has trouble connecting, but it's all